Hello everyone. I am Varsha Udzgaonkar. I will be handling the subject web programming for you. So today in this session we will be learning about the some part of the web programming, the most important part you can say, that is the internet and the world wide web. I will be dealing it in the next session. Okay. So what is internet? That we will be dealing and how it is said to be important. Mainly the basic term internet. You know it. Mainly why internet is used and what is the purpose of internet, that you are said to be knowing. But today in this session I'll be teaching you some parts of internet that which you are not said to be knowing. Okay, so let's start. So check out with the things which I'll be teaching with you with some of the basic terms which are used in the internet concept. Okay, so you all know some of the parts of it, that is the services which are being provided by the internet. The most important services you can say which are being provided by the internet. First one is you are said to be using it for the purpose of emailing. Okay, emailing is nothing but I want to send a message or certain things through an email. I can send it. Okay, I may send a photo also. I may send a text message that can be sent through an email. Okay, and web you use it for the purpose of browsing techniques. Okay, I want to use search something, I can use it. That is the help of the internet. That is one of the service which is being provided, and it is helpful to transfer the file. Okay, one file I am able to transfer to the other end, I am able to send it to the other end. That part is being there in the internet part. Okay, then you have chat is nothing but you can chat through the internet. You can chat from one person to another person. You are sort of getting connected through the network. What is there in the network, I'll be teaching you. Okay, so that chatting can be done through the help of the internet. Then you have a message board. Each and every time I want to get some impinging messages from some of the things. For example, you have a WhatsApp. In that, whenever a message is being received, you get a notification. That is nothing but a message board. Okay, and even instant messaging can be done at every moment, at every levels of your network. You can send and receive the messages. These are the some of the parts of the services which are being provided by the internet. You can say the most important services which are being provided by the internet. Okay, so next part in the internet, I will be like briefly introducing you to the history of internet. The main origin of the like internet, it was in the year, that is year 1969. Okay, mainly this internet, why it was said to be introduced is said to be the purpose of scientific purpose. Where why it was said to be mainly introduced is I want to send and convey the information from one end to another end. I want to give a message from one end to another end. Earlier, it was very difficult to transfer the information from one end to another end. It used to take time when it was to be sending the information. It may be through the help of the pigeons, it may be through the help of the horses they used to use to send and receive the messages. But nowadays, it is very easier, and in fraction of seconds, you are said to be sending and receiving the messages. The most first, you can say, organization through which the internet was said to be introduced was the ARPANET. Okay, it's a networking project which is said to be dealt through the help of the Pentagon, and the main full form of ARPANET is Advanced Research Project Agency. Each and every time a new thing which comes into the internet is nothing but through your ARPANET. Okay, mainly it started functioning from 1969, and till now you can see the various modifications which are being done in the internet. It has grown like anything. The most important thing is that in the network, when you are said to be sending the information, day by day the network, it has changed its transfer of information from one end to another end. Okay, that is the part of your internet which has a history which has developed from 1969 to 70s to 80s. The modifications that came, new changes came into effect where the names were being changed. Okay, later the in like 2000s or something, the word internet came into effect. Earlier it was said to be like it had a different names like common service network, it may be computer service network, network of network, like that various names were given to the internet. Okay, so some of the history part, what and all is there in the structure of the internet you will be dealing with. Okay, when in this structure you have various corporations which help you out in like getting the information to be transferred. In that structure you have the corporations, the commercial firms are nothing but various industries which are being involved, and other companies which are there which help you out in getting connected. Then you have the telephone companies which convey the information from one end to another end. Then you have the cable companies which will be sending the information from one end to another end, and you have the satellites through which you send and receive the information. And one of the most important part, you have the government which will be giving the permission to access the information. These and all are there in the structure of the internet. Okay, how the internet it has grown is from 1969 to till today is, in the beginning it had only 4 hosts, nothing but 4 servers mainly. Then in 1984 it increased to 1000 host nodes, thousands of servers you can say. And till today it has more than 100 million host nodes. Okay, you can see server, it is not having only one server, it may be in millions, it is said to be having the servers through which you get connected from one end to another. Okay, another type of history, who will be controlling the internet? Mainly it is not like one person who is said to be controlling the internet, it is in the hands of the public who will be using the internet. Then the cooperative societies which are there, the governments which are there, those are said to be involved. And it depends on the network how the information flows, and it will be controlled through the devices. With the help of the devices it is being controlled. Okay, the several organizations which have set the standards of using the internet is one of them is the WWW consortium, and even the internet too. Like advanced technologies nowadays, technologies which are you are said to be using, it has some of the rules and regulations, you can say the protocols which are there to follow the internet. In any of the fields it is said to be having certain rules and regulations which are being used for the communication purpose. Okay, then how the internet can be accessed, it is being accessed through the help of the regional ISPs, internet service providers, or the national, in the nation, from one nation to another nation, it is through the ISPs of the nation. Then you have the OSPs, like organization, like open shortest path. Open shortest path is one of the ways in which you are said to be accessing the internet. Okay, and you have the wireless internet service providers, the Wi-Fi's which are there, which will be helpful in accessing the internet. There are 4 mainly ways in which you access the internet. Okay, so you have various aspects through which you get connected. It is from one region to another region, it is through the regional ISPs. One nation to another nation, it is through the national ISP. And open shortest path is nothing but I want to send the information through whichever path which is said to be very short. In that short route only the information has to pass. Then I will be using the OSPs. And you have the Wi-Fi's through which you can communicate at a very faster rate and an easier way. That is the air medium through which you get communicated. And how you get connected through the to the internet is through the dial-up access, dial-up connections which you are using. You have the digital subscribers line, it is nothing but your telephonic lines which will help you out in getting connected. And you use the modems through which you get connected. And you have the very high speed broadband connections through which you get connected. Okay, then there are 3 various parts of internet through which you are said to be getting connected. 3 main parts is the client. You are the client. Backbone is your internet, and server is the main server through which you get the information. I think that the main system from which you get the information. Main server is the head. You can say like you are taking the permission of the server, and then you are said to be accessing the whichever sites it may be. If the server is said to be blocking some certain sites, then you cannot access the sites. So you have a client, I am the client, I am using the facilities from the server. In between you have the backbones, the cables through which you get connected. Okay. Then how the internet works is you have the various phases through which it gets connected. One, the server, the person who want to have the internet, he requests for the data from the server. Okay, that first step is there. Okay, where it is there is, this is your first step from which you access. Then the modem which converts the information from which the digital to your analog. What are digital signals? Your information, it will be traveling in this form. That format, it will be converted into waved format. Waved format is in the air. When it is said to be traveling, it will be in the format of this analog signals, and this is digital signals. When it accepts, when it is traveling in the air, it has to be the analog signals through which it travels in the waved format. Your air, it has to be in the waved form, so that way it will be converted. And after travels, then from telephonic lines it will travel through the help of the ISP, and it passes through the various routers which are there in between. It will be traveling, then the regional ISP which will allow you to make the information travel to the other end. Then you have the national ISPs which will help you out in getting connected to the other end. Then in between you have the local ISPs which will get connected to various destinations. That is, you are the destination, or the other person who is said to be receiving the information, that is the destination. That person, he will be receiving the information. Okay, there are two main parts when you consider in the internet, in which the internet works is you need an IP. It's nothing but the internet protocol address, one address through which you can get communicated. Each and every system, it has its own IP through which you get communicated from one end to another end. Okay, the IP format, it will be just a unique identification number which is being used to represent a system. One system, it will be having one IP. It has four divisions, you can see, like 199.95.72.10. It's an IP address where each, before the dot, it will be having 8888 bits ka division, 8888 32 bits address it will be there. Okay, where in this address you can see the first part, it will be depicting your network which you are using. I may be using Airtel, I may be using Vodafone, whichever it is. It will be showing that network address there. And the last part, it identifies the computer to which, or which it is said to be sending the information to the specific system. It sends the information. In between you have the like address which will identify what kind of data it is and which site it is said to be accessing. Okay, that is called an internet protocol. So remember, protocol is nothing but rules and regulations which are being followed. So these protocols, they follow certain addressing part to send the information. Okay, then you have how internet works. It is through another part called as a domain name. Okay, whenever you are using the information, transferring the information, it uses a textual representation. Okay, whichever address it is there, I can't send address to address, address to address. I have to send one of the like domain name through which I can access the information. So when I want to access something, I give the domain name here. So domain name is nothing but, for example, google.com, gmail.com, which are nothing but the domain names. Whichever specific data I want to access, I don't know, or I don't know the IP address of those particular domains. So what do? Is I just give a domain name through which it will be representing from one system to another system, or it will be going to the server in the IP address form, not in the domain name format. But I want a name to be given for that particular address. So I'll give the address for it, I give the name for it. That name, it will be specified with the IP address when it is being transferred in the network. So these and all concepts are there in the internet, and other further concept we will be learning in the future sessions. But first you should know the various concepts. What is internet? How it is being accessed? What is there in the internet? And what do you mean by internet? So remember, internet is nothing but a connection of multiple systems. You are said to be sending the information from one system to another system. Many networks, many systems are getting connected from one end to another through the help of the internet. Okay, so this and all concepts you have learned today, how it works. What is there in the internet is the IP and the domain name, which is helpful in getting connected. Okay, so in this session I will close us for this. In the next session we will be learning about the www and all those concepts. Okay, thank you.